the will to win, to go all out, and how I'm going about it, right? And this video, for some people, it's not going to be the video for them. Other people, they'll resonate with it, right? But this is just me thinking about what I've seen with other people and seeing in myself, and where to get better and the mindset that I need to be able to execute, right? And I'm just talking about the will to win because the first thing is that defining what winning means to you, right? Because I've had clients and I had to understand that my own mindset had to be, I'm trying to do it big. I'm trying to make a huge impact. I'm trying to make an impact that ain't never been seen. And because I'm trying to make that impact like that, for whatever reason, you know, people are like, oh, it's the ego, or you want to so great. Whatever the reason is, that's my destination. That's what I'm on, is to make a humongous impact. Whatever that the reason will be, that is my goal. But I have to understand that some people, they just want a lifestyle business, right? They come in and they want a lifestyle business, and they want to be able to have a business that just funds their life, right? Where they can just have a machine and it kind of works, and, you know, they go home, and it is in between. And the reason why I give this, and I'm giving this talk about this, is because what I've seen with the lifestyle business is that, can you build one? Yes, many people have. So there is a lifestyle business. Can you get to that? But it seems like that's the holy grail for a lot of people. And most entrepreneurs who I meet, when they get that lifestyle business, they want to jump into something else, right? They get bored of the business, and it's never just, I have a business that pays my bills and I just go where I want to. They actually try to go into something else, and it's a new venture for them, right? So just saying that, I've seen that most people want to continue to make an impact for that. And I bring this up because that's what's sold to us every day on the internet. Hey, lifestyle business. Hey, you run this business, whether it's coaching, e-commerce, automation stores, AI, right? People are always selling you, and they're telling you to live a lifestyle business, that you can have this lifestyle business. But if you watch their grind and their hustle and what they're doing, you're like, yo, hold up. You put in a lot of hours a week. You going all out, right? And they still make a lot of content. They're still online. Now, once again, can that happen? Yes, of course, right? There's people that got rich one time, hit the right lotto number, made a business that made it through the pandemic, sold toilet tissue, got rich at a one strike. There's a lot of anomalies that happen, but I like to go by the rules of what usually happens, right? I don't want my life based on something that's possible but not probable, right? So I know that the probabilities of me being successful in business, the more I put in the work, the more I execute, the more I go in, will be something. So today I just wanted to talk about some of the things that have helped me, right? And what I'm learning and what I'm thinking about when I'm trying to get better and what I'm looking at, right? So these are a few habits, right? And so I wanted to first talk about some of the things that I saw where people do, right? So may not be able to see it. My handwriting is terrible, as it always will be in these recordings. But the first thing is that people in this business, right? I see a lot of people wasting time because they're seeking shortcuts. Now, shortcuts and better ways are two different things, right? They're not seeking better ways. They're seeking shortcuts. They're not trying to go through the pain. They're not trying to learn. They're trying to cut down their time. They're trying to skip over, right? I always tell people, no matter what, you still have to go through that process. You can shorten the time, but you still have to go through that process. But people want to seek shortcuts, right? Then the other thing is that people blame others, right? And when I say blame others, I'm talking about like really like anything you blame in your business is on you're wilding. Because all it is, you started it, you're gonna get all the rewards if it goes right, but you're also gonna get everything that goes wrong. If the person comes in and they do something terrible, guess what? Your business, it's on you. If your person comes in and do something great, that was on you because you hired the right person, right? You made a great decision, right? We have some people in our company right now that I'm like, yo, I made a great decision to bring that person on, and I was glad that I saw something, right? But they came in and rewarded, and so no matter what, it's on you. So I see that with people. The next thing is people hate discomfort, right? And in this business, one thing about it, I've changed so much in these years of running the business that it's crazy. One of friends told me, every 6 months you're a different person because I'm learning something, mindset something. And a lot of times it's uncomfortable because it's not even a situation, I have to readdress myself. Oh, I have to, oh, yo, Clive, you was wilding out in that situation. Oh, man, you really thought like that? Oh, you really did that? You really conducted yourself in that way? And those things I have to be able to see, because it makes me uncomfortable to have these own conversations with myself where I'm like, yo, you know what? Back to the other thing, it's on you, right? So talking about that, right? And the other thing is lack of passion. Lack of patience, And this thing is hard, man. And I be talking to myself when I say lack of patience, because I want it right now. Every entrepreneur I know wants it right now. That goes back to why we seek shortcuts, right? Because we don't have any patience, right? And it's just executing every day, putting in the work, trusting the process, thinking that it's going to happen, saying, hey, this was the way it worked, and then evaluating what you've been doing and making adjustments as you go along. But a lot of times we lack patience because we're like, hey, we want to get this thing right now. I tell people, if your business is making money and it's doing its thing, it's enough, it's profitable, right? You see that the business, continue with the business, build the business on, go on. You see it's growing. Yes, it's going to take more work, right? Even if you abandon it for something, and I think about this in opportunities, I say, if I'm going to abandon this what I'm doing now for something totally different, it has to be an amazing, once in a lifetime. Everything can change. And I'm not talking about just the financial part. I'm talking about energy and what I'm committed to, and how it's going to turn my life out and affect my family. And those are a lot of factors into it if I'm going to change everything I'm doing right now to go chase another opportunity, right? And that is just what I want to talk about right there in talking about that. So now I want to go into these habits these things that I've looked at, the will to win, and what I've seen in myself and thinking about the win. So the first thing I think about is discipline, right? Often heard words, much talked about, you gotta be disciplined, right? Everybody's saying that you gotta be disciplined. And the thing that I think about with discipline, where I think people misconstrue it, is they think that certain people do certain actions, and because of that, they're disciplined, right? And so I'm gonna break down the word discipline to how I have it is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't want to do it, right? That is the discipline. Now, people see somebody working out, they're like, yo, he's disciplined. Somebody sees somebody reading a lot, oh, he's disciplined. They go to school, they learn, oh, they're disciplined, right? They get up early in the morning, he's disciplined. And I always say, let's look at the circumstances. Are they disciplined? Now, how we can see, what I look at it as is this something that they're not accustomed to doing, and they've changed and they're doing it because they have to, not because it's inbred in them. Not like or want, but because it's inbred in them. Hey, if you used to getting up every morning, it's hard to get up. It's hard to get up later because you're used to that, right? There's some people that just get up early in the morning. They don't even want to get up that time. They just get up, right? That has nothing to do with discipline. That just has to do with what our next trait is, which is habits, right? And I say that because getting up early in the morning was never a thing for me. Right? I used to never get up early in the morning. Getting up in the morning was not a thing. So it had to become a discipline where I said, yo, you know what? I'm gonna get up early in the morning. I hated it. Struggled out, rolled out the bed, couldn't do nothing. Now it's a habit. I can't be in the bed later. I can't be in the bed at 6, 7 o'clock. It's not even a discipline no more. It's just a habit. That is what I do. I can't do that. That's not a habit. I want to go to another discipline, right? Social media. I am not a social media person. Now I'm making films. This is a discipline I have to do. I said, yo, I got to get out here and make content. I have to be out here. It's not my thing. I don't have a bunch of pictures. I'm not on here every day. I wasn't doing that. So it's a discipline. Now I'm turning it into a habit where every night I'm trying to make a video, right? And I'm saying, hey, let me put my videos on YouTube, on Facebook, and make sure I get out there and promote the business because this is what needs to be done. Right? And having that needs to be done because that goes back to taking the risk, right? So a lot of people don't want to take the risk. This is my YouTube video. I'm up here with a whiteboard and not even, I don't know if these things are not written well. I haven't put everything together. I'm learning the process, making the videos, just going through content. And I'm just going through content because I'm taking the risk to look foolish. I'm taking the risk to just think about it. I'm taking the risk to say, hey, this content isn't looking like somebody else's content who's been in the game for 20 years, right? So a lot of times, you think you look foolish or you think you're doing something wrong. So you're not in the habit. So you're not in the habit of taking that risk, the risk of looking foolish, the risk of doing the things, the risk of not looking like you want to be looked in public. All right. Next thing I want to say is talk about people are not ready to learn and pivot, right? And that goes back to not tracking data, not looking at yourself, not doing the rudimentary things, just bowling through and not taking the time to learn, which is a constant thing. I go back to this. This is your craft, my guy. This is your craft, right? This is your craft. If you're not believing in your craft, you don't take this as your craft. This is your craft. I have to take this as my craft. So I'm always learning. I always have to get better. And then I always have to pivot because there's thing going on. We live in a time right now where things are speeding like this. New marketing trends, new everything, right? There's foundational things that are going on. You put in the foundations. This is just what I've seen is put the foundations in, and then you're looking at the other trends that are going on, following, looking at data, ready to pivot. And a lot of people don't want to learn and pivot. And that's the thing that you have to be ready to do. You have to be able to always be learning, always be taking it in. And that comes in and just taking in your craft, learning your craft, getting it in, put it into work, studying, put it in the hours, watching the game tape. I'm just asking, how serious are you taking your business? That's why I always have to ask myself. When I'm not doing the things I don't want, I'm like, Clive, you don't love your business, man. You don't care about your business, man. You don't care about your livelihood, man, because if you really did, you put the work in. If you really did, you would do what's necessary. And I have to have these conversations with myself sometimes because I have to be totally real. Like, yo, why didn't you put that work in? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you look at these things? I have to be a master of my craft. I have to get better every day. The competition is myself. And then the competition with myself, making myself better, will be reflected in the marketplace. The next thing is commitment. Because it's hard to be committed, right? It's all good when the money coming in, when everything's going well, when there's no problems, but it's hard when things are not going right. It's hard when you're just starting out, or it's hard when you get into that slump, right? Every bridge, 100,000, 300,000, 500,000, right? Different bridges of when you hit that revenue level where it starts to hurt, right? You get to $1 million. It starts to hurt where you're stuck, where things are going back and forth. You're not seeing any progress. You're like, yo, is this for me? Why do I even want to go further? I could just chill. I could do something else. But how committed are you? Right? And that's the thing I got to always ask myself, yo, Clive, how committed are you? And all of this goes back into the last thing, which is mindset. Right? All of this runs back into the mindset. The mindset of taking on that this is me right here. I'm ready to be committed. I'm ready to take the risk. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to go all out. I'm taking this on. I'm taking on ownership. I know it's on me. I know that whatever happens, I'm responsible. And it's a hard talk because I made this video, but I really said to these videos, I'm gonna be talking to myself. How do I get these concepts out? How do I get these things better? And just thinking about the will to win. What do we have to do? How hard we're gonna go? How hard am I gonna go? How can I get better? I was watching something the other day and they said, are you giving 100%? And I said, okay, am I giving 100%? I'm not sure, right? I believe I am. I believe I'm going as hard as I can. There's places I can get better, right? So just say you're giving 100%. But my next question is, how do I increase capacity, right? How do I be able to, my 100% now can be my 80% next month, my 50% next year, right? How do I increase capacity to be better and be able to do way more? Because my capacity right now, what's 100% for me right now, should only be 50%. And I'm looking at how can I get the capacity, but that's the mindset I gotta have to get better, get stronger, get mentally more fortified, right? I want the fortitude to be able to say, yo, you know what, whatever happens, I can go through it. Anyways, this is my thoughts today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, another day, another opportunity, man. Stay focused, stay blessed.